Good morning, friends. We are back in our greenhouse to pot up some more seedlings. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you a couple of important things that I do to ensure the success of the seedlings that I grow in my greenhouse and to make sure that these plants will survive the outdoor conditions. First of all, we have these seedlings that I have grown indoors and they are not used to the UV rays. So first of all is hardening off. So we harden off our seedlings in the greenhouse. If you don't have a greenhouse, you can take your plants out of your house on a cloudy day so that the plant will get used to all of the wind and a little bit of UV. Don't put your plants right away under the heat of the sun. You can also gradually take those plants out, like say 1 hour first day, the next day maybe 2 hours. So you have to keep on taking them in and out of your house, which that works as well. Now, since we have this structure and the greenhouse plastic provides a little bit of protection from the sun, usually we start by putting our seedlings underneath the table. Let me show you what we have down here because we have some plants underneath the table. Down here are the newest seedlings that have been potted into 2.5-inch pots. These are called gomphrena. The plants are not used to the heat yet because this just came out from my indoor grow room. So I cannot put these plants under the sun right away. So they stay in here for a couple of days and then I gradually put these plants on the table. So after 2 days of being hidden down here, I put them on top of the table where, as you can see, we get some sunlight in here, but of course, we still have a little bit of protection from the greenhouse plastic. So these are the plants that we currently have in here. We have a bunch of lettuce, and then these are marigold, cosmos, and celosia seedlings. The celosias are still really small, but I just went ahead and took the whole tray out of my indoor grow room since the marigold and the celosias are already, I mean, not celosias, but these are cosmos. The marigold and the cosmos are already big enough to be transplanted in individual pots. And then here we have some diva cucumbers. These are slicing cucumbers. I only have 11 of them. I planted 12 seeds. The reason why we only have a few is because it's still too early in the season, which is basically this few cucumber plants will be grown inside the greenhouse. They're not ever going out of the greenhouse. They'll be planted inside. And then here we have a couple types of basil. The purple ones are opal basil and the green ones are cinnamon basil. So these are the plants that are a little bit ready to receive some sunlight. And then here, these nasturtiums have been in here for probably 3 days. So they also started underneath the table where, they're protected from the direct sunlight. Now they're ready. They are already potted in their individual containers. And these are zinnias, two types of zinnias that we have in here. These are the Benary's Giant mix. So different colors, pink, yellow, orange, purple, red. I don't know what else. Those are the colors that I remember. Maybe white. And then these are the Benary's Giant Lime. So green colored zinnia flowers, which is really, really amazing. And we have them in here. These plants, we started hardening them off at the same time as the nasturtium. Okay, and then there's one more thing that I will show you, and it's outside of our greenhouse. I know there's not much to see in here, but out here we have the plants that have been outside for probably at least a couple of weeks. So these are Napa cabbages. And since these plants have been outside for a long time, they can now take the direct sunlight. So this is the last step before we transplant them in the ground. I just put them on the ground outside of the greenhouse for a couple of days. They take direct sunlight, and then but we have to make sure that they are being watered appropriately because the cells are very small and the soil dries up very quickly. Now here we have our bunching onions, which are also ready to go in the ground. They're a little bit on the smaller side, but that's okay. These are our bulbing onions. Unfortunately, these onions were planted a little bit later in the season, which I believe in my area, the latest you're supposed to plant your bulbing onion seeds should be January 15th. Now these seeds were started on February 16th. So these were a month late. We have the red Garcia, bulbing onions, and these are the candy onions. And so because they're too small, actually I bought some seedlings, and look at this, guys. These are also ready for transplant, and this is one of the things that I'm doing today. I will be planting these onions. These are bulbing onions. Let me show you the tag, expression sweet onion, which I got from an Amish farm. So I bought 200 and I shared this with a friend. So she bought half of it. So I'm planting 100 of them. I don't need that much because I also have some from seeds. And I don't have much room for a lot of onions. So these are the onions that we have, and they will get planted in the ground today. Now back in the greenhouse, and I'm going to show you one more thing. Because I deal with some good amount of plants and I have different varieties of different plants, I need to label them. And these are the plant tags that I use. This one says, okay, marigold yellow. And then I have another tag in here for marigold orange. So these are the marigold orange seedlings. These are the yellows, and they look alike. So I make sure that each of the tray has at least one tag, and this is the tag that we use. Let me show you a few of them. And yeah, if you're a gardener, it's really important to label your plants so you know what they are, because later in the season you're not gonna know what these are. And also later in the season, if you are using the regular marker, most probably it's not UV treated and the writing will disappear, or it'll be super duper light that you can't read it. And so this is what I like to use, which I got this from a farm supply store. It's a garden marker for outdoor use. You probably can get this from Amazon. Just check if you're interested. I don't have a link because I did not get this from Amazon. But you might be able to find one online. And this one, yeah. So garden marker for outdoor use. That's what I use for my plant markers. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I'm gonna see you again in my next video. Hope you all have fun in your garden today. That's gonna be all, and happy gardening.